the only Live Past Crazy specialist. What better place to be than here with me? Good morning, good morning. It's gonna be a good day, good day. So let's do the introduction right fast, and then let's start. Good morning, Miss Woodard. How you doing? And let's start talking about a few things. Let's do that. I'm trying to get everybody up and running. Let's do the introduction. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to that YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Don't forget we have the YouTube channel. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so I would greatly appreciate if you would subscribe to the Fearless Morning Show over there. Don't forget we have the podcast. Every podcast I found from Amazon to Alexa, iHeart Music, you name it. The Fearless Morning Show is there, so you can share it that way. Don't forget we have 8 books. We have a movie. We have a couple of talk shows, all kind of podcast interviews. They don't do any of that. Tell them I said good morning. That is going to be the most amazing day ever. So I want y'all to get into this rap today. We're ready for island things, y'all. This rap comes from Kenya, and this is actually maybe my second time wearing it, which meant my first time wearing it was yesterday. I love it. Good morning, Tammy. So let's get started. Good morning, Shakira. How you doing? So yesterday we talked about. So yesterday, yeah, we were at the pool chilling. Today, we're here, and we're thankful and we're happy. Thank you, ma'am. So we talked about finding time for peace, right? With my friend Tashana. But today I want to talk about some requirements. I want to talk about some requirements. Me too. Tell me you ready. I'm ready if you ready. If you ready, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to an island again. So I think I'm going to Ohio next week. I think so. That's not an island, honey, but I desire another one. So today I want to talk about some requirements that, as we are, some requirements of not only life but of this journey that you're deciding. So we talked about your faith. We talked about we've talked about a lot of things, right? But I want us to know that some of these are absolute requirements in order to get to where we need to go, right? And here I'm looking at my note. Changes cannot take place from the level of consciousness of life, right? Not only where we started, we know that who said that? Albert Einstein, like you can't solve a problem from the same place that you created it. But change cannot take place from the level of consciousness, for life is constantly out picturing all levels. Meaning your mindset is going to have to evolve or change in order for you to see your way out of a problem and or situation. And there's some requirements that come along with that. The basics of the requirements are things y'all have already heard me say. And that is that your mindset has got to change. You have to pay attention to your circle. That's the importance of your sister circle. Like you've heard me say some things. It is the absolute internal work that you have to do in order for that change to take place. It is the internal work that is internal work, but it has to be true. The statement has to be true when it comes out of your mouth. So when you say the prayer, good morning, Cree, when you say the prayer and you believe that the answer is there, you have to feel it like you got to feel it on the inside, right? And it is in that feeling and in that belief that it is already so that is the requirement. So how many of us, good morning, Ms. Rivera, how many of us have said a prayer or a wish, but we didn't feel as if it was going to come true and it didn't? because at some point or somewhere in there, there was more doubt than belief that it was going to be so. A requirement for whatever you fixing to do in life. I don't care what you call it, okay? I don't care if you're fixing to go buy a car. I don't care if you fixing to change churches, go to the grocery store. I don't care. There's some requirements. And one of those requirements is in the belief that what's coming out of your mouth is so. I'm going to the grocery store and I'm going to buy this. That's on the simple. I'm trying to put it as simple as we can get it. Right. So if it's that simple, how simple is it in our mind when we start to say it and believe it? Because this is what we believe in the mamas, and probably well, all y'all have heard this because you've been a kid. Your parents said, when we get in this store, don't ask for nothing. Don't ask for nothing. Don't touch nothing. Don't look at nothing. Or you go to your friend, your cousin's house. Now, before we get here, don't you ask, can you spend the night? You're not. I don't know their mama and I don't know them. You ain't staying. You believed it. They gave you some requirements and you believed it. You believed it without a shadow of doubt when your mama said, I'm going to beat the hell out of you as soon as we get home. And you believed that, right? You believe that with your heart. You believe that if your eyes diverted off the floor in front of you and you looked at some candy, as my mama say, she was going to snatch your eyes right out your head. I believe that with my whole heart. When she went out the room and told me not to touch something and said, Jojo, I got eyes in the back of my head, I believed it with my whole heart. We had to have faith like that or understanding like that when we are beginning to change our mindset. Right, Miss Wood? Did you know you heard that? You come running through my house if you want to. I'm going to break both of them legs, and then when you going to go? These are some of Sophronia's sayings. Believed it with my whole heart. Believed it, honey. Everything from when she told me Santa Claus is going to put pepper in my eyes, take all my gifts. I believed all the things. My belief was the requirement. My mindset was the requirement that this thing was absolutely true. And you could not tell me it wasn't true until I got older. But how many years was it before I believed something different? Darn near 16. Because, honey, when Sophronia Sanders said she was going to take you out, she meant that thing. When she said, don't call. This is my mama rule. I tell y'all this story. Hold on, my rap came loose. This is my mama's story. She would tell us, don't call me at work for nothing unless you dead, dying, or about to die. Don't call me at work. So when I broke this finger, I went home. Instead of going to the hospital, instead of calling my mom, I went home. And I told my stepfather, I said, and I unwrapped it and my finger was just dangling. The tip of my finger was just dangling off. He said, oh my God, what has happened? He ran and got peroxide, poured it over, held the piece of finger up, wrapped it. Honey, I'm sick. I'm just crying. He said, I got to call your mama. Those tears dried up so fast. I was a senior in high school, getting ready to graduate. Honey, I said, don't you call my mama. He said, what? Honey, there was not a tear to be found. I said, oh, we're not calling Sophronia. He said, Jojo, your finger is dangling. I said, don't you know the rule? My mama said, unless I'm dead, dying, or about to die, I better not call her. He said, but your finger is hanging off of your body. But the requirement was I had to be dead, dying, or about to die. So I didn't hit none of them three. So we not fixing to call Sophronia. Did he listen to me? We went on to the hospital. I begged myself, please don't call mom at work. I'm telling you, she said if you call, she's going to take you out. We went to the hospital. We got stitched up. We came home. She comes home that night, and I'm up waiting because I want my mama. And she said, Jojo, what happened? I said, I broke my finger. She said, Are you all right? I said, She said, Lord, and kept right on going. She kept right on going to her room. That was it. My stepfather said, but JoJo said we wasn't allowed to call you at work. She said, that's right. He said, you ain't gonna look at it. You ain't gonna look at her finger. He said, her finger was hanging off. He said, well, and my mama, her words was she dead? Was she about to die? Was she dying? He said, no, but baby, her finger, like the doctor had to sew her finger up and she can't hold her finger down. She gonna have to graduate. My mama words was, well, Jojo, go on to bed. You got school in the morning. There were some requirements with Sophronia. One of them was not to call her job. There's got to be requirements, y'all. When you're whatever journey you're on, you got to stick to these requirements like Sugar. Oh Lord, my mama nickname is Sugar. Don't act slipped out. Pretend y'all didn't hate it. You got to have faith like Sophronia. You got to understand like she understood, like she made me understand there. And you got to stick to those requirements. Her requirements was don't call her. She meant that. What are our requirements when we are on this journey, when we are seeking things out, as we're working them out, whatever it is that we're doing? What are our requirements for understanding what's getting ready and fixing to happen? What are our requirements for that? Not only does our mindset have to change, right? Our mindset has to change. We have to be adamant about the fact that this thing is coming. We've got to change. If you can't change your external environment, you change your internal environment, right? Because change can't take place from this level of consciousness. It can't. I can't change who I am thinking on the way that I am right now. Meaning, I can't change who JoJo is thinking this JoJo, who I am now, can make the change. That's growth. And if you look at any, what's the thing I'm looking for? Like, I'm going to call it AAA, your AA, any addictive personality or support group, they will tell you, you've got to change your mindset. You've got to believe that thing, right? And who you are can't grow to where you want to be. There are some requirements that are you're going to have to put in place that are going to have to go before you. Those requirements are important. And listen, here's the thing. Sometimes we figure out our requirements as we go. Okay? We figure them out as we go. It's not like we have them preset or we know ahead of time. We know change is coming. We believe in that. And some of our requirements come as we go. But one requirement that we must have is that we're not only bound and determined that our mindset is changing. Our mindset is ever evolving. And as we first begin to change our mind, as we first begin that journey to think about the possibilities of it being something different, the commitment and the requirement is strictly on you. It's not on anybody else. When I began 18 years ago, I didn't tell anybody because I couldn't really define it for myself. I knew there was more for me. I just didn't really know what that more was when I started to do the internal work, right? So I had to sit quietly with myself and figure that part out. And now let's remember, whatever you think you are, you're going to be eternally rewarded for that. So that's the result I'm going to get. If I think I am broke, I'm going to be eternally rewarded for that. If I think I'm healthy, I'm going to be eternally rewarded for that. And in that junction, me thinking it and being eternally rewarded for it is the requirement of believing that. Is the requirement of my abundance meeting me at my level of understanding. It's me saying I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, and if I'm that, this is what I do. Let's use Bibles. Let's use a Bible story. Take the boys and let's take the man in the lion's den. Take the little homeboys that was in the fiery furnace. Y'all go ahead and sing the song. Take those. They had some requirements. They were in an impossible situation. But the requirements of their understanding, their abundance met them at their level of understanding. Their level of understanding that said, regardless, remember, you got to deny your current reality. The fact that I'm in this lion's den makes no sense to me. I can't understand that because it's not a part of my life. The fact that I'm in this furnace, I could care less, because what my requirement and my understanding and what I'm believing for is this. So my current reality doesn't matter. My only requirement, that if I'm going to get that I am alive, that I am not eaten, and my only requirement is that I don't understand this, that I'm believing for this. That means it doesn't matter what I see around me, doesn't matter my current situation. None of that involve JoJo. What involves me is the fact that I'm outside of this lion's den. What involves me is that I'm outside of the fiery furnace. I don't even smell like what I've been through. I don't look like it. You can't sniff me and smell abuse. You can't talk to me and it's going to come out my mouth. I'm not going to walk like I was abused. I'm just not, because what I think and what I believe I'm going to be eternally rewarded for. And those are some requirements. And my requirement is that my belief is the end all be all. And that regardless of my current situation, it's not true for me. And I feel it and know that in my, as church people say, you shine, nah. You feel it and you know that. And you know it without a shadow of a doubt. The requirement is your faith. The requirement is your mindset. And listen, so I can give y'all some JoJo examples instead of biblical examples. When I left my ex-abuser and had to get a job, I interviewed at 2 places, IBM and a paper place. And I got both jobs. Now, I had went through a program that helped people who had just come out of prison, right? I don't ask how I was able to walk in that program free, but they redid my resume, gave me some clothes because I didn't have it. And they set you up for job interviews, right? And so I went to both of them. And I was assigned a worker, and his name was Mr. Battle. And he said, Miss Waddell, you gotta make some decisions. Now, the requirement is that you gotta take one of these jobs. You gotta work there a while. Good morning, Kimberly. Okay. Now, when I went to the paper company to do the job, the lady hired me on the spot. She was like, here's your paperwork. Go do your drug test. I walked out of there. And I was like, okay, I got this job. But I didn't feel like, you know how you want to feel a certain way as you're going and you're growing. And I had a lot going on in my life at this point. I was less than 20 days outside of an abusive marriage. So I didn't really know a whole lot, but I knew what I knew. I had faith in what I did know. And so I told Mr. Battle, I was like, I said, I got the job, but I haven't heard from IBM yet. He said, I'm going to remind you of the requirements, Ms. Waddell, is that you've got to take the first job that comes available to you. These people are saying, go right now and take your drug test. Can you pass it? I was like, boy, yeah, I can pass it. That ain't even the problem. I just feel like I need to be working at IBM. Like, I feel like that's where I need to be. And Mr. Battle nicely told me he didn't care what I felt like. He didn't care what I felt like. You're going to go because the requirement was clear. Take the first job that you get. That's the requirement of the program. You got to stay there 6 months. Yes, sir. I said, you know what? You're right. I said, but can we wait? Young girl was bargaining. I said, can we wait 2 more hours? I think it was like 2:00. And I was like, can we wait to 4 to see if I hear something from IBM? I said, if I don't hear nothing from them, then okay, I'll take this job at the paper place. it's basically the same thing. I was like, and I'm thinking, I knew my belief and I felt it. This is when you go with you're trusting your know or something. Listen, even in the middle of the chaos, even when you don't know what to do, you know what to do. Even when you think you don't know what to do, even when you're like, this is such a hard decision, you know what to do. You know what the answer is. The answer may make you feel real uncomfortable. The answer may make you feel antsy. The answer may hurt other people's feelings. The answer may sometimes make you look like a bad person. It may make you look like you're insensitive to other people's needs. It may make you look like a whole host of things. But you know the answer for your soul is that thing. It ain't nothing else. It can't. And if you go against what you know, if you go against that, I promise you, it's going to sit in the pit of your stomach and it's going to eat you up. At 3:59, IBM still had not called. But I didn't concern myself with that. And I thinking, you know how you do things and you don't know what you're doing at the moment? I was like, I just know that they're going to call. I don't know how I know, but I know that they're going to call, and I know that's where I'm going to be working. But my promise was, and I understood the requirement. I understood my requirement, and I understood Mr. Battle's requirement. And I said, I know. I said at 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, JoJo was walking through the door to get the drug test at the paper company. I filled out the paperwork, and I kept telling myself, I don't care that I'm filling out this paperwork. I'm working at IBM. This is what I know. I think it was around 4:10, 4:15. IBM called my phone. This is before they even called me back to do the drug test. And I stepped outside to take the phone call. I said, hello. Is this Yamitra? Yes. I had a different last name then. Well, we're calling to offer you the position. When I tell you I did a happy dance, I said, oh, thank you so very much. I didn't even walk back in to the little place. I called Mr. Battle from the outside. I said, Mr. Battle, I want you to know I met your requirements. At 4 o'clock, I was here. I filled out the paperwork to do the drug test for the paper company. I said, but as I told you, I felt that I was meant for IBM. IBM just offered me the job. And so since they both offered me the job in the same day, I get to choose. He's like, Miss Waddell, you are pushing it. I said, but is this not correct? He was like, yes. I said, I choose IBM, please. But I knew more than I knew anything else. That is a requirement. Whenever you pray, whatever you ask for, listen. Listen. Do you remember praying for the thing that's in front of you right now? Do you remember, JoJo, praying for the thing that's in front of you right now? Do you remember that? And you believed and you felt that what you prayed for, you knew it in your heart. You knew it was coming. You couldn't see it. You didn't quite understand it, but you knew it was coming. Like, you wanted to be, like when I left my ex-abuser, I was like, I want to help other women. Somehow, I said, you know, I want to help other women because I think the court system is messed up. And I knew that I believed that I said, something's going to happen to put me in a position. I said, I want to be in a position to help other women. Not just showing up at the courthouse, because I showed up at the courthouse and I helped them fill out the paperwork. But there's got to be a way for me to help them. And my prayer was, put me in a position to be able to help women. Guess what came to me? And listen, you got to pay attention. You got to be ready for the thing that you said you prayed for. Because we're all in a space right now where we're living what we prayed for, what we thought about already. So when I said that, I didn't know it was coming. And I got the opportunity to be a county commissioner in Raleigh. And my first thought was like, I know nothing about being a county commissioner. Like I would be representing a district of women, right? But JoJo, is that not what you prayed for? Yes. What is before you is the opportunity of what you have secretly prayed for. Remember, you secretly pray, you're going to be rewarded openly. You have done the inner work. You have secretly prayed for this thing, and now the opportunity is before you. Jojo, nobody knew that that's what you wanted to do. Nobody heard that prayer. Nobody understood it. Nobody felt it but you. And now here you are to be a county commissioner. We got sworn into office. Honey, when state legislator came through, JoJo was in the state house, listened to legislature. Does this affect women? Yes, it does. Then we, in my district, have something to say. What's before you is the thing that you prayed and asked for, the opportunity. You felt that you needed, you knew you needed to do something different. You didn't quite understand what it was. And that opportunity is before you. The requirement is that as you are raising your level of understanding, as you're thinking differently, that you understand that your mindset is now that of what you wish you were. Your mindset is that of what you wish you were. Meaning, I know I'm a millionaire. Do I have a millionaire in my bank? Nope, not right now. But I am already that which I think I am. The requirement is my mindset. The requirement is me feeling and knowing without a shadow of a doubt that that is that. That thing which you pray in secret shall reward you openly. And in that in-between space is your level of understanding and your abundance meeting you where you are. What is before you right now is the thing that you prayed secretly for. The thing that you shared only privately with friends. Or maybe you wrote it in your journal. Maybe you thought about it in the car while you was driving. Lord, what am I going to do? That thing. It required some things of you. It required that you do hard work and you did it. It required that you show up every day and you did it. It required that you thought differently and you did that. You've done all the things except the reward. Your abundance came out and it met you at your level of understanding because you understood the requirements. So as we understand some requirements here, change cannot take place from that level of consciousness, for life is constantly out picturing that, meaning life is always changing. And your mindset is the gateway for that. We talked about that last week, that we got to respectfully stand at the gate and ask ourselves permission to begin this journey. When you respectfully stand at the gate to say, I'm walking through this abundance. I have prayed for this thing and I'm walking through it. The requirements are that your mindset is yes. The requirements are that you understand and you know and you feel that this is the thing that you're supposed to be doing. Can't nobody else do what you're about to do. I can't go do it. I can't. Kim, Tammy, Miss Cree, Mr. Bear, can't nobody do what you're about to go do. They called your name. Can't nobody do what JoJo do. We can get confused and wrapped up and think other people are doing it. Nah, they may be doing it, but JoJo ain't doing it. So that makes it different from me. And Miss Woodard, honey. Miss Wood can give you some table decorations that will blow your mind. I can't do what Miss Woodard does. Cannot. Period. I can't look at nothing and decorate nothing. Don't ask me for help. I don't. Give me a book and I can get you. Tell me to decorate something and I can't help you. So on this great, most amazing day, there are some requirements of you. And I want you to be clear. You have met the requirement of what's before you. You've already met it. JoJo, you've already met the requirement of what is already before you. Listen, you ain't got to go get ready for nothing. You ain't got to fix enough, get ready. You ain't got to wait to see if you can be ready. God ain't asking you to get ready. He said, go. He said, make the move. He said, JoJo, make the move. Be worried about Don't worry about the ready part, because let me tell you what happens in the ready part. Let me tell you what happens when you get ready. You get ready and you take the kids to school. You get ready, you put on your makeup. You get ready, you get stuck in traffic. You get ready, you work all day. You get ready, you come home. You get ready, you tired. You get ready, you go to sleep. You get ready, you wake up and it's the next day and you ain't done nothing. You ain't got to get ready for nothing. You have to move on it. That opportunity came to you for a reason, and it will leave you for the same reason. It came because it said you're ready. It will leave because it says you're not ready, because you assume you have to get ready. Friend, you just got to move. You just got to go. We can't concern ourselves with things that don't concern us. As Sophronia would say, get yourself out of grown folk business, JoJo. She said, keep it up. And that tongue going to be stapled to them lips, and you ain't going to worry about what you got to say. Sophronia meant that thing. You have to move. Getting ready, you did that already. Good morning, Joshua. You've done the getting ready part. It's time to move. It's time to take action. Okay? Don't let Sophronia come and catch you slipping. The opportunity is before you because you've already done the work. You ain't got to wait no more. You ain't got to get ready for nothing else. You simply have to make the move. That is for me. Hopefully it's for somebody else. Ain't no more getting ready. When you make the move, when you understand that the requirement is your thought to move forward, to make a movement, everything else falls into place. I promise. I promise. I'm a living witness. I promise. And if you think about it, so are you. If you thought about some times when you made, as my daddy used to say, let me go make a move right fast. I called my dad and said, Daddy, I need some money in my car broke. He said, well, let me go make a move right fast. I ain't asked no questions because he was making whatever move he had to make. Thank you, Daddy. It's time for you to make a move. The requirement is movement. The requirement is your level of understanding has got to change. Your conscious thought has got to change. You got to be eternally reminded, or remind yourself that different is here. Pick anybody in the Bible. If you want to use the Bible, pick anybody there. They all had some requirements. They all had to change their mindset, and they all had to make a move. They didn't have to get ready. You think homeboys was ready when they was in the fiery furnace? They was not ready. Homeboy wasn't ready when he was in the den with the lion. He was not ready. Homeboy went to prison for something. Homeboy went to prison for something he didn't do because a woman lied on him. Doesn't that sound familiar? He wasn't ready for that. But he knew and he felt that there was something different. And that's all that mattered, the end result. Doesn't matter my current reality. It doesn't matter. What matters is the end result of that thing. And the end result is that I am going to be that thing. I'm going to be free. I am going to. So if you helping people, you helping yourself, you helping your family, the time is now for you to make that move. You've got to feel it, know it without a shadow of a doubt. That is your requirement. Pick anybody, pick any religion. That's the requirement. Remember, I am comes to create, never to destroy. And as things have been created for you, the requirement is that you are ready to fulfill that thing. I want to read y'all this paragraph before this where it says change can't take place from the level of consciousness. It is impossible for the poor man to find wealth in this world, no matter how he is surrounded with it, until he first claims himself to be wealthy. There's a requirement. For signs follow, they do not proceed. Meaning once you make a decision, they follow you. They follow you. To constantly kick and complain against limitations of poverty while remaining poor in consciousness is to play the fool's game. Change cannot take place from a level of consciousness, for life is constantly out picturing all levels. Your mind has got to change first. You're going to be eternally rewarded for that which you think you are. Your mindset has got to change. The requirement is that you got to feel it, you got to know it, and you got to move on it. We're not getting ready no more. We're not getting ready no more. You said you wanted this thing. It's here. It's in your face. What you fixing to do with it, JoJo? Okay? What are you fixing to do with it? Because that's important. So on this great, most amazing day, we're going to have a great day. We're going to be peaceful, period, because there's nothing after that. We are going to move today, step into movement, because we know that that's our requirement. Don't forget, August the 23rd is Sister Rise One Day Intensive. Listen, I need you to bring your friend, bring a sister, so that we can meet and have a great time. The tickets are on sale, so I will see you there. It's August the 23rd. If you want something more, in October, we will have Sister Rise Retreat, so make sure you join me there. So on this great day, have a great day, Joshua. I want you to be peaceful, period, okay? I want you to make that move today. I want you to make the move today, right? And it is in the making of the move. It's you doing something different. Take away the ramifications just for a minute. Think about what is happening as you make this decision. What is happening as you make this decision? Think about how you're going to feel in that place. So if I'm wanting to be a millionaire and I'm going to be one, and I know that and I feel that, how do I feel as a multimillionaire? Oh, I feel real good. I feel good that all my bills are paid. I feel good that abundance is, I feel a certain way. So if you have a decision in front of you, think about how you're going to feel as you're living in that decision. I wasn't ready to be a county commissioner. I was not. I had to learn the laws and I had to learn all the things. But what I felt and what I thought about was all the women that I was going to help, because there was nobody to help me. And I want to make sure we had something in place to help those women. What does it feel like when I'm living in that decision? Stay with that feeling. If you want to be healthy, what does it feel like to be healthy? Maybe your knees don't hurt, your back doesn't hurt, your stomach don't hurt. What does that feel like? Move with that. Miss Rivera, please understand. JoJo has I've missed a lot of opportunities because I said I wasn't ready. I missed a lot of opportunities because I was scared that there was going to be a requirement that I felt like I did not have. I missed a lot of opportunities. Please make that move. You're ready. There's nothing else for you to learn, JoJo. There's nothing else for you to know. There's nothing else to do but to do it. There's nothing else left. So on this great, most amazing day, honey, we're going to wear this wrap today. We're going to wear it. Because listen, I've had this wrap. I got this at St. Simon's Island in 2019, and I'm just now wearing it. So we're going to wear this wrap today. Me too, Miss Woodard. I needed it today too, friend. It was for me. Grab your tickets to come see me in Charlotte. There are 2 ticket prices. There's one for general admission where you get your Sister Rise bag. You'll get a workbook. If you do the VIP, that includes dinner and some hanging out time with me. We're going to live our whole best life. So make sure you grab your ticket. I will post them as soon as this show is over because I don't see the links up on any of my computer screens. So I will make sure I post that. Bring a friend, okay? Bring a friend. And it's August the 23rd. So that's before school starts back. But it's a month away. So I need y'all to, if you're ready, you're ready. If you know, you know. Oh, what day does the 3rd? Thank you, Mr. Miss Rivera, thank you. August the 13th. I'm thinking school starting. That's my bad. It's August the 13th. Miss Rivera is on. Thank you, friend. It's August the 13th, which is really, listen, I'm in the planning phase. So y'all need to make sure that you're ready, okay? August the 13th. So I will see you guys there. I hope you have the most amazing day. She ready. Listen, I'm ready too, friend. Bring a friend with you, okay? Treat a sister to it. And for this, I may give away 2 free tickets. If you know somebody who needs to really attend, let me know and I'll see what I can do. They may get general admission. They may not get VIP, but they'll get general admission ticket. Okay? So on this great, most amazing day, be peaceful. Please make sure you share the show. Honey, go stand out in the sunshine today. Go do all the things, okay? Go do them all. And I want you to share the show because sharing is caring. And I'll see you guys here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one. Have a good day, guys.